All right, welcome to the second half of this video. And there is Oatmeal Kitty to introduce the second half of this video. As you can see, it's really just a video to make the second half not seem like it's just got no beginning, because I didn't plan for a two-part video. So yeah, there it is. Oatmeal Kitty, what you doing, baby? All right, well, on with the show. All right, we are back. Got the first setup here. It looks really nice. Our backlash is set at around 3000, and that is consistent after the balancing on that ring gear has been done. And this has been since 23. I've had this LSD, 16K miles. Very nice. Got an excellent pattern here. So we're going to take everything apart now, set up the heavy duty crushed sleeve in this, and do final assembly. All right, we are going to take the tape off of this one stub axle. We're going to go ahead and transfer it over to this other one here, and get some fresh paint on it. You can see these are coming along pretty nicely, but we're like about halfway through the process. These are the dust shields. They still have to be finished. They're almost there, just not quite there. We're set up on the LSD ring gear. We have our pinion set up, and so we just took the moment to pull these and let you guys see what's going on here. There we go. Nice, very nice. We'll go ahead and transfer that over onto this one and use that same thing. I'll clean up this tape line. This isn't, professional taping here, so of course you're going to always get a little bleed over, but that's easy enough to clean up on a small scale like this. And put that over on that one, but that's coming along pretty nicely, and that will look good when it's done. Let me go ahead and tape up this other one and shoot it, and then we'll carry on with the build. Okay, we have our nut in place. It's all torqued down, ready to go. We're going to give you guys a view of the final preload on those bearings, and it is right on the money as it should be. very nice and smooth. And the next little tidbit of stuff we do is a little bit of this here, torque seal. I call it torque goo. And open that up and put a little bit on there. And this is so we can keep an eye on that pinion nut, make sure nothing moves, and if it does, we'll know right away quick, because of that seal will be broken. But we don't expect things like that, but this is all just to make sure. All right, here we are. We have everything torqued down into place. Our clips are in place, and this is our backlash final setting. We're at like 3.1 3/1000ths across the whole gear. That's consistent, got an excellent balance on this. Got a beautiful pattern. Everything looks fantastic. And we're going to get this indicator off of here, and we're going to start setting up for that cover. All right, this is the original marks here from the factory. You can see they do not line up anymore. Just note, when you guys do this as a DIY, don't use these marks as gospel for when you take something apart and then put it back together. They're not going to line up again, especially if you're changing out the gear set. You really want to set the backlash and don't pay attention to any of this, and then do what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to go ahead and clean up that right off of there and remove those marks, and then I'm going to put new ones on before we seal this up. A little bit of that off. There we go. That's good. Now I'll put a fresh one on there. Let's see. There we go. There's our fresh one. And then we're going to come around here. Put one on this side alike, right there, and yeah, we'll get ready for our Honda Bond seal next, and put our freshly restored cover back on. Stand by. All right, we got the Honda Bond seal all done. I already put the axle seals in here. I still have to torque down the fill and the drain. It looks really nice. Our axle stubs are finished now. They look really good. Nice and clean, much nicer than they were when we started, for sure. And so we'll just put some bearing grease on these and slide them into place, and that'll finish it up. All right, just put a little bit of torque on this fill bolt just so it doesn't get loose or anything, and just after John fills it with gear oil, he can snug it down into place. I've already torqued this one down, and now we'll go ahead and put our stub axles in. It's that one. And we'll move over to the right side here. Nice and careful. You don't want to disturb those springs and those seals, or you'll end up with a leak, and also metal inside the rear end, which is not good. So always be very careful about installing these. Nice. There we go. Check that. That's good. Check that. That's good. LHT is working nice and proper like. There's no lubrication in it, so it's going to be a little, you can kind of hear the gears turning. We did put our final assembly marking on our input flange, so that's done. Get it off the stand and do a final look. All right, we got the vent box on hand here. As you can see, it says Honda on there, and there's a part number for it. And once the 4 studs go in and the rear mount goes on, this box goes in that place right here, and then that hose connects to the top of the box just like so. And this is your ventilation system for the differential. Works just like that. Pretty nice. It's gonna look really good in the car. Well, that's the next thing we got to do now is get this down to John at LHT So we're we're here down at John's at LHT, picking up that rear from the job we just finished. And say hi, John.
How are you?
Hi.
Ben, thanks again. I know how much of a trek it is to get down here.
Yeah, that's all right. I got to pick up a Miata one too.
I say you live in Egypt. It wasn't until I drove up there that you really do live in Egypt.
It's pretty far. All right, thanks, John. All right, it's the next day. We're back from LHT. I'm going to see John and picking up this core rear from Obsessed Garage. Has 2008 Honda S2000. This thing only has 19,000 miles on it. They had sprayed it with something to try to make it look a little bit better, and I took most of that off the best I could because I really wanted to try to find these original assembly line markings on here. The rest of the cover has one right here. You can see that one that I replicate as well. This is like like a boomerang circle that comes up here. The original sticker is still on it. There's a code right there, and there's a few markings on the underside of this as well. Great shape, 19,000 miles, really nice core. Oh, look at that. That's an oatmeal kitty right there, sleeping in a box. Just a baby. He's a baby. Look at the funniest little markings. Anyway, John came up and visited, which was really nice. I didn't do any videoing on that. He did, I didn't. Didn't even think about it. And so I did a little bit of videoing down his place when we picked it up last night, and we ended up going down to the Sponge Docks, getting a little bit of dinner. I had to pick up a Miata differential as well, and so we made a kind of a day night out of it. Started out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, didn't get home till about 10 p.m. So yeah, long day. Anyway, we have this here. This is there's that orange shop kitty. Oh, what a baby. Anyway, this is a Miata core I picked up last night. It was pretty cheap, so I figured I'd grab it. I'm going to open it up and see what's going on inside. It's out of I think it's a 94 Miata because it has stub axles. That was about the last year for that. After that, they just went to a direct axle plug-in. So still has the 7-inch ring gear, but retains the stub axles. And like I said, I think they did that for like maybe 1 year or a half a year like that, and then that was it. And then didn't continue on with it. All the ones like 93, 89 to 93 all have stub axles on them. But that's it. That's a Miata rear end, and we're going to open it up and see what's going on inside there because I needed the core, but we just like to see if there's anything actually wrong with it or not. I think it's actually okay, but we'll find out. And this is it. So I guess thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, and there's going to be more on this. Obsessed Garage is going to be making a lot of videos on the build, and with John and with LHT. And if you want to kind of look over at their channel on YouTube here, I'm not exactly sure how to add links to it because I'm not that techie on this stuff. I just kind of put up videos, and that's kind of about all I've learned how to do. And but yeah. So you'll see the car. It's a nice. Oh my God, the car's beautiful. Hard top, everything. Red, NFR, new Formula Red. Really nice car. John put up some nice numbers with it. On his dyno, they did baseline, and so there's a lot there to take in and look at. And I highly recommend that you go over there and check everything out. And we built the rear end for it here in the shop, and. So far, so good. And like magic, here we are. That differential from John and Obsessed Garage is now fully restored. And this time there's no cat in the box, just some gears. So if you were wondering what's in the box, it's not a shop kitty, just some gears. But anyway, there it is. All finished, restored. No paint on this. This is just the natural finish. Went back over top of the original assembly line markings here, and I'll show you some more as we go along. The flange is not painted as well. All I did was clean it up, make it look nice. We got some torque goo right there to make sure we stay in line and make, keep an eye on things, that kind of stuff. And you can see it's just cleaned up and made to look nice. Our stub axles look fantastic here. Also just cleaned up, not painted. Going to this side there. We have our stickers here, OS Geiken and Putty Mod. There is an OS Geiken LSD in this unit now. The factory LSD is no longer inside. The gear ratio is actually a 4.44 now, just the same as we put in Obsessed Garage's differential. So it's actually, it's the same thing. So that's kind of neat that way too. Let's turn it around. This is for your vent box that goes to the aluminum rear mount. Behind that, right below here, you'll see a marking. That's to let the linemen know that the guys on the line that the seal has been done. And same with this side, that's what those marks are here. This mark is the mark that the fill bolt has been filled and is secured. We have our, let's see, the original sticker is still in place. Our original stamping still here as well. On the underside, we put assembly line marking back on the drain bolt to show that that was tightened to spec. We have some other assembly line markings here as well. The stamping, it did not survive. It was very light to begin with, and it was all but gone, and it's pretty much that way now. There's not a lot I can do about that, but I have some ideas that I will be doing in the future to make these stand out more, and we'll show them in newer videos as they come down the line. It's a restoration type of thing. I know guys are going to be, and guys are actually interested in having this kind of work done because they're looking at restoring these cars to original or keeping them as nice as possible, as they seem to be going up in value all the time. And so yeah, but there it is. Looks great, ready for its new home. It's going to be a track. This is a track car, so it's now this differential, instead of being a 19,000 mile garage queen, is now it's going to actually see what its purpose truly was for, intended by Honda, and that is to go side, around track and have a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in and viewing these videos. Please leave comments or say hi. I'll have some new stuff up here real soon on the bikes, and maybe the FJ, I don't know, but definitely some more differential stuff coming down the line. We got some Miata stuff coming, and thanks for watching, and see ya.